back to the stream. It's Irrelefant. Good morning. I hope everybody's having a really chill Saturday morning. Welcome to the first episode of Irrelefoods. So, this is not a fancy setup. I am not a professional chef. I barely know anything about cooking, but I enjoy it. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this. So today we're making a California Tofu Hash. I'm a vegetarian, so tofu is a really good alternative. And I was looking for something that's really light and not heavy on the stomach, not something that takes a long time to cook. And this recipe meets all of those criteria. So yeah, anyway, let's get into it. This recipe calls for a 12-inch non-stick skillet. I think this is a little bit short. I don't think this is 12 inches. It should be okay. So we're gonna turn the heat up to a medium heat. I'm gonna put it around a 5. We're gonna let that heat for a second. We need to heat 2 tablespoons of oil on this skillet. I'm using canola oil. Yeah, so while that's heating up, we are going to be adding 3 medium-sized potatoes. We're going to peel these. We're going to chop them up into half-inch cubes. So we are done peeling the potatoes. Okay, that's good news. We peeled 3. The pan is pretty hot. I wouldn't say it's very hot. So yeah, remember that when you want to make this recipe, you're cutting it into either half-inch or inch cubes. This is about how big we're aiming for. You wouldn't believe, but I'm also almost done with the second potato. I'm not going like very slowly, but I'm also not going like full speed. Alright, so I turned the heat up to medium, so it's up on a scale of 1 to 10, it's about a 5. I have cut 3 medium-sized russet potatoes. So here's my biggest fear in life, is adding vegetables to hot oil because it just explodes everywhere. Usually what I do is I take one of these, and then I just add it all in because I'm scared. So that cooks for 25 minutes. So that means we have 25 minutes to cut our onions and our bell peppers, because we have to add all that. Oh, it told me to add salt and pepper to the potatoes, so I'm gonna do that. But I'm gonna eyeball it. The next things we have to cut are the onions and the bell peppers. So this should be interesting. So it's the second bell pepper, because this recipe calls for 2. These are not my bell peppers. This is 2 bell peppers cut up into about half-inch cubes, or like diced into half-inch slices. Then we gotta do the onion. Oh my god. We cut it this way. And now... I feel unnecessary to specify that my hands are fine. The onion may not be fine. I don't know if I cut it properly. It looks kind of weird. Oh my god, my eyes. They burn. I finished cutting, just in case anybody was wondering. I'm not closing my eyes and cutting vegetables. Don't do that. I don't recommend it. I need to buy goggles to cut onions. Alright, these potatoes are coming out pretty nicely. That's pretty good. So, next thing. While we're waiting for these potatoes to finish, we have about 12 minutes before they're done. I'm going to take the tofu that I bought and I'm going to put it in the tofu press and take out all of the water. And we're only using 1 pack of tofu today. So what I did was I took the tofu out of this packaging and I threw it in here. Okay. Jeez, okay. We got it. So I'm gonna set that aside. We have about 8 minutes left on these potatoes. So we're just gonna be patient. All we have left to do is cook the bell peppers and the onions, the tofu with that, and then mix everything together. We also need to add a bag of spinach, or like 4 cups of spinach. So I'm gonna put 4 handfuls of spinach, and then after that we're gonna add some nutmeg, some oregano. Usually the recipe calls for thyme, but I couldn't find any thyme. I'm not wearing a watch. But I ran out of time, so I had to use oregano, which is a replacement. Some pepper and some salt. That's really all that it is. And then the orange zest adds a really nice bright flavor, and the nutmeg contrasts that really well. And then you have a really nice tofu hash. I'm just waiting for this these potatoes to be done. The minute that's done, we have a lot of other stuff to do, but like waiting for this to be done. But yeah, we don't have to cook the tofu at all, actually. You cut it into about half-inch cubes, according to the recipe, half-inch cubes, and you add it at the very end, and you cook for 3 to 5 minutes, and then it's done. Yeah, we're just waiting. We have another like minute or so. They're looking pretty done. But yeah, the potatoes are cutting really nicely. They're definitely done. So I'm pulling these potatoes out already. Oh my god, we're gonna be out of here eventually, guys. We're gonna get here tomorrow at least. It will be done. Alright, so now we're going to add bell peppers and onions. So I just added the bell peppers and the onions. And we're going to mix those around. This is how you know that I don't know what I'm doing, is when I cut an onion and it ends up like that. You know, I don't care. I'm leaving those chunks in. Okay, yeah, I have to add salt and pepper. Once again, going to be eyeballing this. I could very well have added too much. That is a future problem. Oh, the onions. Oh! So now we're gonna cut the tofu. So currently nothing super fancy. Oh my god. There's probably a better way I could have done this. I'm taking them in like slices of 2 and just cutting them. Tofu is really satisfying to cut, as you guys can see. It's like very soft and it's not too, this is extra firm, so it's not falling apart every time I cut it. So a good way to tell if your onions are cooked or not, they start to become translucent. So they don't start off that way, obviously, so just keep an eye out for that. So like I said, baby spinach. I am not going to measure out cups. I am just going to do handfuls. This much per handful. And I'm going to wash this. So yeah, my onions are starting to get very translucent. I will show you. I don't know if you guys can see that, but they're not as white as I put them in the pan. Okay, so now that I feel like my vegetables are almost where I want them to be, I'm going to be adding the spinach, the oregano, the nutmeg, orange zest, and salt and pepper. Oh my god, this is very strong. Drop that in there. Eyeballing. Only a little more salt because I think I oversalted it before. Add in my spinach. And then we're going to zest half an orange. Woo, almost dropped it in the food. Oh, smells pretty good. So now we add in the tofu. I'm going to add them in like individually. And I'm going to add in the potatoes. I already told you guys this is going to be an interesting, like, very large thing that I have to mix together. Oh, we lost an onion. So we're gonna leave this to cook for about 5-ish minutes, just in itself. And then we're done. That's it. And you add salt to taste. And it'll be good. Oh my god, this smells so good. Oh no! We lost tofu. It's gonna be very hot. This is the reveal. It's like not the most appetizing thing to look at, but I promise you it looks way better in person. This is California Tofu Hash. Gotta make sure you grab a bite of everything in the plate. Alright. I'm nervous. I think it might need salt. I think I would have undersalted it, but I'm excited to try this. So it has, this bite has some spinach, some onions, some tofu, potatoes, and bell peppers. Okay, so always salt to taste, because this definitely needs more salt. I understand why the tofu is this texture. It's like so good. It fits in perfectly with the flavor profile they were trying to accomplish. I will say though, I would reduce the amount of spinach that's in the recipe because like I said before, I love spinach, but just the experience of trying to get spinach onto the fork and like eating it while it's like, it's hard to just get together and like collect. That's the reason I wouldn't put as much spinach, and it's just hard to eat because the stem and stuff can get in the way, but like I give it a solid 7 out of 10. Yeah, I recommend. I actually do like this recipe a lot. So I'm going to put this recipe in my Discord. If you're not already a part of that Discord, make sure you go to the panels below, you join that Discord, because all of the recipes from these streams every Saturday will be released on that Discord. So yeah, if you guys want to try this recipe, I'll put it in that Discord. If you want to suggest a recipe for me to try, I have all of my allergies and food restrictions listed on that Discord. So if you can find recipes that like stick to that, that would be great. And I will be down to try them out. Bye guys, I will talk to you soon. Thank you for coming. I hope if you try this recipe, make sure you send me pictures because I do want to see. But yeah, I will talk to you guys at the next stream. See ya.